Today we get more insight on what a potential Hassan Reddick contract could look like. The question is, will the Birds pay him? Also, another big name free agent that could possibly land in Midnight Green. What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome back into A to Z Philly. You know the drill. Hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of the coverage. We are back with more off-season talk. Couple things brewing in recent days. Obviously, the fallout from the whole AJ Brown WIP interview. You know, everybody's still talking about that, but we want to know how this team can get better, what they are going to do in the coming weeks, and really where their mindset is at. One quick piece of news that has impacted all of that in recent days is the NFL increasing their salary cap. That's right, a record-breaking increase, $30.6 million for the next upcoming season. The salary cap will now be $255.4 million, and that means the Eagles' current salary cap space will now stand at $32.2 million. Also, the question is, do they go out and cut Kevin Byard, as Tanner says here on Twitter? The Eagles can create an additional $14 million in cap space by cutting or trading Kevin Byard post June 1st and only take back $350K of dead money. So do you think Kevin Byard is worth it? Would you give him another shot? What do you think the Birds do in their secondary? Because obviously that is one of the most important areas to highlight this offseason. Give me your thoughts down below. And we're going to talk about a lot of news coming out in the past 24 to 48 hours. But before we jump into that, a shout out to our sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. Mainly the guy whose name has been buzzing around. And I'm not talking about AJ Brown, all right? I'm talking about one of their best, if not the best, defensive player on the roster. His name is Hassan Reddick. Couple things came up a week or two ago saying that he wanted to trade, and then he clarified saying, I want to be here in my hometown. I want to play for the Birds, but I kind of also deserve a pay raise. And Thomas Peterson put this on Twitter today saying, I think Reddick staying with the Birds on a 2 to 3 year extension worth 18 to 20 per year is the most likely outcome this offseason, right? Him and his agent, their crew, they're all the way up here. The Birds are a little bit down here. Hopefully they can meet in the middle, because this guy has been nothing but production. And as I said a few weeks ago, and I'm going to stand on my ground here, what is the opportunity cost, right? If you don't pay Hassan Reddick, he's getting up there in age, and you don't think he's going to produce at that level for the next, say, 2, 3, 4 years. Okay, who are you going to go get? Who are you going to go get to match the production value of a guy like Hassan Reddick? If I pull up his stats here, right? Look at the last 2 years with Philly. 16 sacks, 11 sacks. I mean, come on now. Even the 2 years before that, 12 and a half, 11. Like I said, once they switched his position, and he got to kind of experiment on the defensive side with different teams, systems, etc., and he became his best version, and he became a guy who can move all around and plug in. I mean, he's been an elite defensive player in the NFL, one of the best, and he really picked it up from his early career where they were calling him a bust and, as a first-round pick, not producing at all, and he's found a home here, literally in his home. And I think he wants to stay here, and I think he is the best option out there right now. So I would go out and pay him if I were the Eagles. But we get an update from Liberty Line. Sources from Victor Williams say Eagles willing to give big money extension to Hassan Reddick. And to clarify that, shout out to Birds Country here on Twitter. He says, it's my understanding that the Eagles are willing to give Hassan Reddick a big money extension that would pay him around 20 to 22 million. So that's kind of where they're at, that 20 million range. Meanwhile, Reddick and his camp are seeking a 3-year deal at $25 million per year. We'll see where this goes, but Reddick's camp is standing on their initial asking price. And look, now with the whole salary cap increase, the record-breaking increase, some team's going to have that money. And I believe that some team will end up paying Hassan Reddick because, look, he's 29 years old. The guy's not 35, right? I know some of these guys age a bit quicker in the NFL, but he's 29 years old. He's in the middle of his prime, maybe getting near the tail end, but the last 4 years have shown the production value, his ability to go from system to system, come in, understand his assignment, understand his role, and be a productive player, be a disruptor, be a guy that can get to the quarterback and mess things up for opposing offenses and coordinators. So, look, man, Hassan Reddick has done nothing but perform, and when you do nothing but perform at a high level, you deserve a pay raise. You deserve it. Maybe the end of the contract won't be so pretty. Maybe Howie Roseman will have to put on his wizard hat and, start reconstructing things and moving money around and all this stuff that he does. But as of right now, I see no reason that you don't bring Hassan Reddick back. Keep him happy. You don't want to go into the season with a disgruntled player. So I am interested to see what happens, but I do think they should bring him back. And another addition that they should really look into this offseason is a big-time free agent. His name's L'Jarius Sneed. He's already a 2-time Super Bowl champ, and everybody's reacting to this picture that he put on his Instagram page where he's flying like a bird, and he put the eagle emoji, and it was liked by Devontae Smith, by the way. That's pretty funny. But going back and analyzing his Instagram, unfortunately, he does this on every picture for the most part. So it's not a coincidence. It's not a little subtle hint or a subliminal like, yo, I want to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't want to be here, whatever. I want my money. Yeah, he definitely wants his payday, but it's not like, oh, I want to play for Philadelphia. He does this normally. But hey, if he did come to play for Philly, put on that midnight green, could you imagine? Those Instagram posts would be double what they are now. And it would fit right in. It would fit right in. But in all seriousness, L'Jarius Sneed, a 4th-round pick in 2020, he's been in the league 4 years. All this guy does is produce, and he's been a big part of their defense in helping them transform. And everybody talks about Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, but Chiefs had a really good defensive line this year. They had a pretty good secondary. L'Jarius Sneed, every year of his career, has had at least 2 interceptions, right? 3 his rookie year, then 2, 3, and 2. He had 3.5 sacks last year. He's a guy who can move on your defense. He can play on either side. And at this point in time, he is becoming one of the better corners, a reliable corner, I will say, at least in the NFL. And he's much better than what James Bradbury showed this past year. So if you decide to either, go out and trade James Bradbury, you don't want to give him another shot, maybe you don't even want to move him to nickel corner, whatever, and you think it's a good idea to make an investment in your secondary to put another talented corner on the other side of Darius Slay, I don't think it's a bad decision. Right? People are talking about the Eagles drafting high in the secondary. I don't know if they're going to do that. It doesn't really seem like their philosophy, but they do need to address the safety position. They do need to address the corner position, and they need to address the linebacker position. And if they were to go out and spend big-time money on a guy like L'Jarius Sneed, who, by the way, is very young, 27, going to have at least 4 to 5 more solid years in him, who has that Super Bowl experience, I think that's a wise investment. Bring a, tone setter into your locker room, a guy who literally just won and had a really good defense that he was playing in. So I would not be mad at it at all. Here in this article, ESPN Plus had listed him as actually one of the best fits for Philadelphia. It says, L'Jarius Sneed, best team fit the Eagles. His scheme, versatile coverage skills. He will generate a ton of interest on the free agent market. Look for the Falcons and the Raiders to make a play. But Sneed lands in Philadelphia to upgrade the position opposite Darius Slay. With Vic Fangio now calling the defense, Philly allowed 16 passing touchdowns in the second half of last season, tied for the 4th most in the NFL. And the Eagles have to clean up their secondary, and Sneed can make an impact. 2 interceptions in each of his 4 seasons with the Chiefs. So I'm all in on bringing L'Jarius Sneed in. Maybe they want to trade for Pat Surtain, whoever it is. You got to make a splash. If you don't believe James Bradbury can somehow resurrect and get back to the version he was 2 years ago, because, man, I don't think I've ever seen a fall off like we saw with James Bradbury, and the Eagles need to wake up, make moves happen. He's going to get a payday, and he's probably going to move quick. So Eagles need to get it done. Those are my thoughts. Pay your guys. Give me your opinions down below in the comments section. What do you think they should do? Should they keep Hassan Reddick? Should they go out and make a splash in free agency? Give me all your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.